We went doll shopping in Tokyo, Japan.
And I got to build a custom Volks Dream Choice boy.
And we're going to tell you all about it after the jump. Welcome back to My Lady Disdain. I'm Sandy.
And I'm John.
We just came back from 2 weeks in Tokyo.
We, of course, did some doll shopping.
So much doll shopping.
If you're a doll collector and you're visiting Japan for the first time, we highly recommend doing what we did, which was stopping by the Akihabara Radiokaikan, which is basically a, 8-ish story mall of anime collectibles, models, figures.
Yeah, everything related to anime that you can think of, whether it's building models, getting stickers, posters, all kinds of anime swag, plus dolls and all the stuff that goes with them. If you go to Volks Akihabara, that's where you are going, is to that building.
If you just search Volks, there's other things that pop up, but you really do want Doll Point in the Radiokaikan. There's 4 doll stores, all in one place.
There's an A-Zone, there's a couple of used stores.
There's a Dolliteria.
Yep.
There's Dolk.
Yep.
And of course, the Volks Doll Point.
So there's really a lot to look at.
The A-Zone store was pretty cool. It was a lot of different sizes. They had those little teeny tiny dolls. And there was at least one doll in there that I almost walked out with and we kept thinking about.
Yeah, and in addition to A-Zone, they had stuff for Blythe. They had stuff for Harmonia Humming. So it was mostly A-Zone dolls, but they also had some other stuff there that you could
it's
that
A-Zone
you could get.
/ Obitsu.
Yeah.
The Dolk store, which I'd never been to before, was imported, a lot of resin dolls and things like that. Stuff that we would typically find on Denver Doll Emporium.
They had some vinyl, they had some Tiny Fox up there and stuff too. But brands that we don't talk about as much, because we're usually more Smart Doll and Dollfie and stuff like that. They were really cool. They were beautiful dolls.
Dolliteria had a lot of custom heads for Dollfie Dream, some used dolls. There was, I think that was them that had was it the Rem doll?
Yeah, they had Rem, and they had, there was a few that I had seen that I was they had Puyo dolls, Kumiko. They had a couple, and I was so tempted. But I didn't, it was a blank and I didn't end up grabbing it. But yeah, I would love to have a Kumiko.
But of course, the main reason we were there was all the way up on the 8th floor, which is Doll Point. And half of the floor is the hobby side, like model building and stuff like that. And then the other half of the floor was Doll Point. Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the decor dolls, which is the dolls that you can only get in the stores, or have a proxy get for you and send to you. But basically, you have to be there in person to pick it up.
We've got school uniforms for the girls, and I guess the uniform of the Doll Point for the boys. Yes.
One of the girls that I really liked is actually on the asexual body, which is the guy came up to me and had to tell me that it was the asexual body, which I thought was really interesting.
And of course, there's a whole wall with museum-like pieces that are they're big dolls that are all sold out at this point. Of course, the Idolmaster Cinderella girls, they had a number of those.
I loved the way they posed them too, which was very cool.
Yeah, Shin Sato was my absolute favorite here.
That is an awesome costume.
Very intricate. Mm-hmm. All the layers.
Yeah.
And the little candy hearts and stuff.
Yep. And the size of the print and everything like that, just really, really cute.
Yeah. I also liked the 20th anniversary dolls.
These are the after-school Akihabara girls, Natsuki and Moe.
For the 20th anniversary of Dollfie Dream, they had a whole redo of them, and I think this is where Dollfie Dream shines a lot with their costumes of layering multiple different types of things on top of each other.
Yeah, their styling is really good. Yeah. They use both bucket displays in front of the dolls, and then they do fill the walls with clothing and accessories and things like that, so there was a whole section section where you could look at eyes and body suits and other stain prevention materials, anything that you might need for the maintenance of your doll.
And of course, lots of costumes of various styles. Some of them alternate costumes for like licensed dolls or character dolls. Some of them just really cute things like showing off the accessories and the set pieces that they had.
Yeah, I want some of that furniture so badly. We only had one couch that we could have gotten, which is the one, the brown one with the leather sort of like mid-century looking sofa. And I really want like the ornate Queen Anne settees and stuff.
Yeah. We spent probably way too many minutes trying to figure out if we could actually take one of these things home with us.
Yeah.
We ended up having to get 2 extra Boston bags that are like collapsible for our clothes to make room, and then still bought a suitcase.
And
when
bought
we were
another
done.
suitcase at Muji.
They also had a couple of characters on display that are, I think, still currently available, like Ruler or Jeanne d'Arc from Fate Grand Order. The over-the-top costume and props for these characters are just really cool.
You could just stand there and study them for 15 minutes, just like looking at the different armor pieces and stuff. And of course, you can't touch anything. If it's out for you to see, you're not supposed to touch it. And a lot of times, these bigger things are in a case anyway.
Right.
We got to see Anya.
Yeah, we literally saw her in the store a couple days before she arrived at our house.
Yeah.
While we were gone.
Yep, we saw her. We picked up an outfit for her. That video is already taken care of. If you want to go look at us talking about Anya, there's a video for that too.
And of course, like just the clothes in general.
Yeah.
Like lots of clothes, lots of different sizes, kind of confusing to find the right size.
People who watch our channel regularly know I love the Volks clothes, but I do always say that the sizing is hit and miss.
Also, like it's complicated to figure out like the code names for the different sizes and then which one. And they basically have like a grid of circles with a bunch of different, DD, MDD, all the different various codes for the different sizes, and then they're like crossed out if they're not available for that.
Right, and sometimes though with Volks, like especially with shoes, they'll like label it as being able to fit like Dollfie Dream Sister. But it's huge on Dollfie Dream Sister.
Yeah, you'll see it like it'll fit multiple things, and you kind of got to do your best to gauge like, okay, if the one I want is on the small end of this, how's it going to really look?
Right.
They had the amazing Penguin Kigurumi.
Yeah.
It was so good.
This one works on SD, and you can put it on a Dollfie. I believe Magical Girl Kit Kat got that one.
Yep.
And then they had the little tiny one for USD, which is very, very cute. I would have considered bringing home a Super Dollfie, but as I was looking at them, I was like, I really don't like the hands.
Color matching on the head sculpts to the bodies is strange.
I think it's partially because they paint and blush and everything on the head, but they don't do the body. So you have this like really nicely painted head, and then the body is kind of a weird yellowish plasticky looking.
Yeah, if we do get a Super Dollfie, and there has been a few that have really kind of called out to us. I think when we do, we're going to pretty much have to get a full body blushing done in order to be happy with it. And of course, then we had to make a reservation for the custom building experience, and you can either choose Super Dollfie or Dollfie Dream. For Dollfie Dream, that's called the Dream Choice experience. It was one of those things where, like, I think you can call ahead, but of course, you've got to get, like, an English speaker on the phone, and it can be a little bit cumbersome. But when we went there, they literally were just, like, opened up a big book and said, "Is now good?"
Yeah, it was funny because, like, they didn't really have much on the books. You would expect you have to make the reservation, but I think, like, us, Magical Girl Kit Kat, Ben, we all made one, and none of us had to wait more than 15 minutes.
If that at all,
Yeah.
So the process was interesting because they basically have like this whole catalog of choices that you have to go through, starting with the head sculpt, the face-up on that sculpt, which is a couple different varieties for each of them, the skin tone, eyes and wigs, and you can choose to buy like multiple sets of those.
And you choose a body, and they will recommend to you, based on which head sculpt you chose, which bodies are going to work best with it.
The one I picked out could have gone either way, with the taller Dollfie Dream boy or the shorter Dollfie Dream sister boy, which is a boy head basically with a boy chest on the standard Dollfie Dream sister body.
Right. So a little bit shorter than Dollfie Dream, Smart Doll, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, like supposed to be like in the 13, 14-year-old sort of range.
Yeah, he's like an early teen.
Doing the process was a little bit clunky. I would say that the woman who helped me was very lovely, but the language barrier kind of made the process a little bit slower, and I think she was a little bit more on the reserve side, or less comfortable, talking to somebody in English. Kat and Ben from Magical Girl Cat did one there in Akihabara, but we also got to watch them do one in Osaka. The gentlemen that were helping them there were just a lot more excited and into it. But I will also say that may have something to do with Kat being there, who's just infectiously excited about everything. I think I was a little bit more on the reserved side in my experience. So it wasn't a bad experience, but it definitely was your mileage may vary in terms of the comfort level in the language barrier.
Oh yeah, everybody was really nice, really polite, and helpful to the extent that they could be.
Yeah. There is definitely an experience. I mean, you're going through all these pages of options, and then they go and build it for you, but they essentially make you unwrap it at the end. They do the reveal in the box, put it in this giant bag. Before they close it all up, they've got it wrapped in, what is it?
Organza?
A few layers of sheer organza or something like that. And they make you, with your own hands, peel back the layers and reveal it to show you the final product. Even though it's getting put in a box, they still give you that sort of unwrapping experience, which I thought was very cool. And I gotta say, night and day from the Smart Doll experience. You can go and pick up a doll there, but it's not like you go to, the Mirai store and build a doll or anything like that. It reminds me in America of the American Girl experience.
They put a little bit more specialness around it. It is an experience. It's not just shopping.
Yeah. It was all in all very cool. But yeah, here he is. Let's get him out. This bag is really nice, although crazy over the top.
Yeah, it's like if you buy a fancy bag, like a designer bag, and they give you a dust cover. That's what this feels like. It's like a lightweight bag dust cover.
But
material.
Nice big snap on it, and you can very easily hold a few dolls in here as you get, and of course walk around advertising Dollfie Dream. So here he is in the Dream Choice box.
Box got banged up a little bit because it just barely fit top to bottom in my suitcase. I had to shove a couple things in there to keep it from rocking.
And we definitely wanted to make sure that it stayed in here for the most protection versus pulling them out and trying to wrap and stuff like that.
So I want to say as we're recording this that it has been 2 months since you got this doll and we're finally getting a look at him.
Yeah, it's been a little while. He's been hanging around in the studio, waiting for this moment. And there he is.
Oh, so they do give you some clothes to go with him. I didn't realize you got a little undergarment set.
So yeah, this is the basically the certificate of authenticity. It shows the date when we were there. It is a DDH 26. I believe the face-up was number 3. Let's see. Oh, and it shows you what doll point it was done at. This is just instructions for changing eyes and things like that. All right, so I got 2 wigs, a red and a blue. And he comes with a t-shirt, shorts, basically.
Like an underwear set kind of thing. Yeah. And then he has ears.
Yeah, I thought I would get the elf ears so that, because I kind of like the look of them. And
they're magnetic. the elf ears for them are magnetic, so there's magnets in here.
Yeah, so we'll actually have to install the magnets in
his head. He had the choice of the 2 different kinds of elf ears because they have the kind that stick out to the sides, and then they have the kind that go straight up.
Right. Yeah, it's sort of like the droopy ears. They kind of out and down, which I think are very cute, especially on like some of the girl face-ups. So this is the Dollfie Dream sister boy body, different chest piece, and hands, of course.
And he's different down here too. He's got abs.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
true. He's all around
different.
but the same frame, essentially, same size as the Dollfie Dream sister. This is actually out on display. I don't know, it just caught my eye, and I think I tend to latch onto things I can physically see versus the pictures in the book. He could kind of play a little older, possibly.
A little serious, a little mischievous. It's like you could go kind of a couple different ways with it.
Yep.
But he actually reminds me a little bit of you because he's got like the slightly like more hooded looking narrower eye, and you got like bright green, and then his coloring is like your coloring.
Oh, what, in terms of he has blush?
Well, no, like the brown brows and like it's all very much you.
Oh, so we've decided that this is my mini-me, apparently.
For the moment.
Yeah. This is our first sister boy body. The only other boy that we have is a original Smart Doll boy. Gemini, yeah. I mean, the frame, everything is fairly normal for Dollfie, but the arms are a little bit beefier. They tend to kind of go a little large on the hands for the boys.
The DDS and the DD and stuff, they use the same hands.
Right. The shorter boy ends up looking a little bit more strange, but
that's okay, because if he's a teen, they're gangly anyway.
things grow at weird paces.
Yeah.
Let's see him at least with a wig, and we'll probably be changing these as we try on some outfits because
we got a lot of clothes.
But a whole bunch of clothes too.
And I even actually separated out the clothes we got for him, or with him in mind, from the clothes that I bought. So this was the first wig that we picked.
It's kind of poofier than I remember.
Well, we can get that to tame down. I like it though. It is supposed to be a little bit poofy.
Yeah, it's just like serious bedhead going on right now.
Yeah, he's a teenager. I don't think we've even seen this other wig. I think we just picked it.
I mean, this is, I think, the more classic boy wig, just short, cropped hair. The head cap doesn't quite fit perfectly in the back, so he's got kind of this ridge that you've got to get past.
Okay, so now he's the friend in the anime. His pointy teeth are going to come out. He's the mischievous friend.
On camera, it's reading a little orange, like a little more like redhead.
No, but it's red more like I do. It's like a ruby red.
Yeah. All right. I mean, he looks pretty good, and like this wig definitely works better for now because this needs some serious help.
These under things. Oh, okay. So they're like a cotton. They're like a midweight cotton, like a almost linen-y short.
This is actually soft.
Yeah, that is a very soft shirt.
But Velcro up the back.
And the shorts, feel the shorts. They're not what I thought that they would be like jersey, but they're not.
No, they're like linen boxer material.
I think it's nice that they give you something to put him in. Like, I know, like, when you order a doll, you get like a slip for the girls. I didn't know what they would give for the boys, but they give him a full outfit.
He definitely has this like scrawny, I don't fit in my gym clothes look going on right now.
Which is kind of awesome, actually. It gives him a character. Is it Velcro all the way?
No.
No?
No, it's just to the...
Okay, so it's just a V of Velcro in the back. Okay, so this is staying up late studying for exams boy. He's cute. I didn't think he was as cute. I don't know why. I just didn't think he was as cute in the store. But he is. He's very cute.
His ankles definitely need a little bit of tightening, or he needs a stand. But
I didn't think I was going to like him, but I do. I think he's great.
It's been like 2 months since I've seen him, and it was like picking out some things and then into a box. But yeah, he's very cool. I like him.
Yep. So we did get him a ton of clothes.
Yeah.
like a lot of clothes.
So let's take a look at what we got. We'll dress him up and put him in something a little less pathetic looking. All right, so the first outfit is this sort of sporty kind of...
Oversized, like hip-hoppy kind of outfit.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Got a hoodie, got an undershirt, oops, some decent looking shorts, and got these shoes to go with it as well.
And then I grabbed a pair of socks so that he would have socks.
Yeah, this is other than the socks and the shoes, this is all one outfit pack.
Yeah, I kind of want to try this shirt on the pair girls. It's got open shoulders and stuff, and I think it'd be kind of cute. I'm pleased with this.
It's a little big.
In a cute, awkward boy way.
The jackets, I think this is probably going to be a theme. I think the jackets are going to be long.
Yep, and huge. Wide and long and wide.
This hoodie, it says Dream down the arms. The shirt underneath has these shoulder cutouts.
I said I really want to try that on the pair girls, on the Smart Doll pair girls.
And they have like these sort of blousey sleeves.
Shoes work way better than I thought they were going to.
Yep.
Again, you know, boys with big feet.
I'm glad we picked up clothes because having clothes like this just really is starting to make the character for me.
Yeah, he's cute. He's very cute.
Next up is athletic uniform, tracksuit, jacket and pants, and then these tan sneakers. You've got the Volks logo on them. I have a feeling they're going to be a little on the big side,
I
but...
believe they are because I actually ordered these ahead and found them to be kind of large, but those were shoes that we looked at while we were in Akihabara, and so I just decided to bring them out to use for this.
You can see the sizing here, but it does say DDSB, which is Dollfie Dream's sister boy. It is technically made to fit, but again, it got a lot of sizes that...
big.
This fits a little better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is overall a much better fit, and...
I mean, let's be clear, the last outfit also had that sort of like overly baggy look to begin with, but this is very nice. I used the t-shirt that he came in underneath there.
I mean, the shoes actually work okay on him, and again, I think it's that whole teenage boy, awkward limbs thing going on.
I mean, you kind of get used to the size of the shoes. They're a little big.
He's cute. I like him.
Yeah, I like this.
He's ready for gym class.
He is ready for the relay race on this year's sports day. He's looking good.
He's cute, and I really like the maroon with the tan shoes. I think it works pretty well.
Yeah. All right, next up we have sort of two outfits that were kind of mix and match here. This was for the girls, actually.
Yes, it's for Dollfie Dream's sister. So, I mean, the skirt should actually fit your boy if you wanted to use it on him.
But we can easily just use these gray jeans that I picked up, like that, with this puffer jacket, and maybe this little cap to go with it. And then these would also probably work well with these.
Mm-hmm. We also have sneakers in blue.
I don't think these really work.
And then we have the black shoes.
We'll figure that out as we go, I guess.
I gotta say, I think we're doing pretty well so far.
This is definitely big, but it's sort of this like trench coat shirt thing.
Got him back in the white boots. I like this. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, like, yeah, it's big, but it's supposed to be big, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's definitely his sort of, I'm cool, high fashion Japanese guy.
Mm-hmm. The jeans are a little interesting in that they open on the side.
Yeah, so you get this fully flat front, then a hook and loop with a little pull zipper.
So it keeps the front nice and flat, and you don't have to have a oversized zipper or anything like that.
You know, this is like, oh, I'm grown up. I'm trying to wear cool adult clothes. Okay, so I don't think he really likes the hat.
No.
I'm not really feeling the hat in general for him. It's just large.
I think it'll look better on our Smart Doll girls. This Dollfie Dream sister vest and shirt fit him perfectly. And I actually thought it had pants with it, and it did have the skirt, but the shirt and the puffer was worth it.
Yeah.
Because that fits him nice, it was made for him.
Yeah, I like it. And maybe a little varsity jacket to add to our athletic clothes, perhaps.
Yeah.
A little big, still.
Definitely cute, though. It looks like he stole it from his linebacker brother.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can story your way out of anything. I think you're right. This would look good either on a regular size Smart Doll guy, broader shoulders, more muscle, or, maybe one of the girls, the Smart Doll pairs even.
I definitely think it's going to fit the pair girls pretty decently.
The hood is just so huge.
Yeah, it's monstrous, but it'll hold Smart Doll hair.
All right, next up, pretty simple, nice, classy outfit. We've got these plaid slacks and this button-down shirt, black shoes, gray athletic socks, I guess. But at least it'll look good under the pants.
Right.
Okay, simple one. I think we ended up going with the blue sneaks, which works pretty well. This is kind of a school uniform.
Yeah.
We don't really have a tie or anything for it.
The shirt fits pretty well.
Yeah. The pants are elastic in the back and snap and zipper closed in the front. So you can see that, compared to the other pants, this rides a little high, and it's actually, you can kind of see the his
little zipper sticking out there.
His little toggle. But I think this is sort of a precursor. This is just got out of school, tie came off, and maybe it's time to go to your after-school job. This set is so cool. You've got a kitchen vegetable chopping set and an apron, and I think that's going to look pretty good on top of these clothes.
This is cool.
I think this is probably my best purchase. The props are great. I love the daikon cut in half. He's got a little job, learn to be a chef. Working in the kitchen, doing prep work, doing scut work.
Either that or he's in high school home ec class.
I like to think of it as afternoon job, but
okay.
Sure.
It's your story. It's your narrative.
His parents went to America and left him here, and he's living alone. And his next door neighbor is the girl he likes at school, who also happens to be his stepsister. Every anime ever.
The knife is awesome. The scallion.
That's a leek.
Or leek.
It would be a scallion if it were this size in real life.
Right. It's a leek, right, yes.
So leek daikon, you got it's hard to see the cutting board because this is on a white surface, but...
The knife is just fantastic, and you can use it for a lot. You can use it for a horror prop. You can use it for a lot of things.
Yeah, do need to get some more hands for him, though. But I barely have it, perfectly balanced right now.
And then he's got to have a fabulous suit, right? I love... Look at the little pocket square and the brooch.
This is great. I hope this fits well. And of course, we're going to need to use these again. And the button down. Love this.
Okay, so Dad got remarried, and he's marrying the woman that is the mother of the girl that he likes.
Who is also the chef at the restaurant that he works after school.
Right. Because she's like a cooking prodigy.
I meant the mom.
Oh, the mom is the chef. Oh, okay.
This is sharp.
Yeah, I like it.
And it fits him quite well. The jacket looks like a long jacket instead of an oversized jacket.
Right.
Oh, and these actually button.
It's really nicely made. Nothing is lined, lined in white anyway. The jacket's lined in gray. The pants are not lined at all. They're just black. So I'm automatically gotta get him a bodysuit or something.
Yeah, he cannot stay in this thing, which is too bad.
It looks really good. The pants are, they did what they normally do with Dollfie Dream pants. They have multiple sizing options on the pants. So like, there's loops for each
Yeah, you've got
size.
2 loops on either side so that you can cinch it in a bit more. This is just so good.
So many good details on this. The little brooch, the little pocket square sticking
Yep.
out. Really, really, really cute. Really good details.
And now he's going to have to go work in the kitchen.
The chef, like, you know, has gone off on her honeymoon and there's like nobody to run the restaurant.
Exactly.
His new stepsister that he actually likes is his girlfriend and him are going to have to run the restaurant. So now we have to name him.
Oh.
Maybe you got to live with him for a little bit and let it come to you.
I've been living next to him.
Yeah.
He's been living in the corner. I've had enough time, but
I'm not a boy doll fan normally, but I like this size and I like him.
yeah.
He's really cute.
I have to decide if he's going to have like a Japanese name or if he's going to have like, we tend to go with like more words,
Yeah, like
go
something
for
that means
meanings.
something. Yeah.
Or I don't know, maybe he's another city name. This is Gemini, smart doll boy, and you can see he is a good chunk taller. I mean, heck, his waist comes up to his chest.
Yeah, it's definitely a big brother, little brother situation. But we thought you might want to see the size difference.
Yeah. I don't know, this kind of makes me want to keep Gemini around. Now that we have 2 and like, all right, there's a relationship going on here, he's the older brother that he always idolized.
Yeah.
And has like gone off to college, or maybe he's the one that's getting married and this is,
Little brother is the best man or something.
Something like that.
I mean, yeah, Gemini might need an evolved frame if we can get one.
Yeah, there's definitely still some work to be done. The outfits that we got, I'm just really happy with. I will say, after having been working with the doll for, I don't know, a couple hours now, it definitely came on the loose side. It's not the newer frame, so there's that, but his torso keeps wanting to kind of pull up and out, things like that. So I think I may have to pull him apart at some point and do some tinkering.
Yeah. And then that's probably to be expected until you can get a new frame or new body for him on a new frame.
Maybe.
In general, he's really cute. I was commenting while we were changing his clothes that I really liked the sculpting of him, like his semi-realistic looking belly button and like...
Dollfie Dreams are better with those little intricate details, like belly buttons, ears, things like that, in comparison to Smart Doll. But, he actually matches quite well with... Nope, a name didn't magically come to me.
So that's another chunk of our shopping that we did in Japan, and I also have another whole big stack of girl clothes.
Check out our other videos. Give this video a like and hit subscribe if you want to stay up to date with our ongoing collecting.
Until then, that's all for us. Bye.
Bye.